Good afternoon. We're going to try this again. Good afternoon. This is a beautiful day to be here in the Cherry Hill community as we celebrate the opening of the Middle Branch Fitness and Wellness Facility. That's right. Let's say it. Yes. This is a long time coming. And I want to start by just thanking the community for believing in the vision that we had as an agency when we came to this community some 3-4 years ago and spoke about the vision of building this facility here. So I'll come back later and talk more about that experience and what it means to our agency and to this community, to our city. But I want to also recognize we have a lot of dignitaries here and thank them for being here. Mayor Scott, Council President Mosby, Comptroller Henry, our Senate President Ferguson is also here. Our newly Comptroller-elect Learman is here. Congratulations. Our former Mayor Young is also present with us today. We have, yes. We also have our Commissioner of Police Harrison here. Our Fire Chief Ford is also with us today. We also have additional council. Councilwoman Middleton is here with us today, so thank you for coming to support. We have Commissioner Kennedy that's here as well from DHCD. Representing Senator Von Hollen's office, Elaine Jones. And we have Reverend Lance from Parks and People, someone that I work with quite often in our partnership. So, and we have the community that's here. So thank you. So with that being said, I'm just so excited to be here and just what this means to our agency and to the city. So we have a program. We're going to stick to that program. And the first individual that I would like to speak for some remarks will be our Senator President and also the representative of the 46th District, Senate President Ferguson.
I didn't realize I was first in the agenda, so I got to get myself together here. We had a long day yesterday, a very, very victorious day, historic day here in the state of Maryland. It's pretty amazing where we are, and it's so incredible to go from what was a historic day yesterday to what is now a historic day today here in the unbelievable neighborhood of Cherry Hill and the entire Middle Branch area. This is a long time coming, folks. This is a long time coming. It was 11 years. 11 years. When I was first elected back in 2010 and had conversations with Mike Middleton, with Ken, with you name all the incredible community leaders in Cherry Hill, what they said, number one, is we got to invest in our kids. We have got to invest in children. We have got to give them a space where they can thrive and be their best selves. And we do that by investing in a rec center. And initially it was going to be up the street, right by the school. We were going to take down the old Patapsco school and attach it to the building. And then we were able to get 2 new school construction buildings done, which was wonderful, but all of a sudden we had to delay this facility. And here we are with the Comptroller-elect Learman, who gets elected in 2014, and we're advocating with the community. We've got to get this done. We've got to get this done. We get a casino to come in. The casino comes up. We think we have some money. We have folks like Jack Young, who was then council president and then mayor, who was fighting along the way with us. We keep moving along through this story. Community keeps saying, we need this, we need this. It's 2018, 2019. We have our current mayor, our current council president, our new city council person, and say, this has got to get finished. We built a brand new entity, the South Baltimore Gateway Partnership, to say, all right, let's protect the funds so that the community can make the decision about where that money can go. And what did they decide? Let's invest in kids. Let's invest in communities. Let's build a rec center. And so here we are today, 11 years later, celebrating what every single community deserves here in the city of Baltimore. This is an incredible moment, a historic moment. It is proof that when the community organizes, when the community comes together and say, this is what we demand and this is what we deserve, we can get it done. So thank you all. Thank you, Director Moore. Thank you all who are here today. There's too many folks to thank for this. This rec center took a village and a half, and so I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who is here today. It doesn't happen without you, and I'm just so thrilled and honored to be a part of a small little part of this process to celebrate today. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senate President Ferguson. And next, we'll hear from the mayor of our city, Mayor Brandon Scott.
Good morning, Cherry Hill. I thought we was in Cherry Hill. Good morning, Cherry Hill. And thank you, Mr. Mayor. That's Mayor Mike Middleton of Cherry Hill for those who don't know. The Senate President said it best, that this is a long time coming, but boy, am I so happy that we were here. When this started 11 years ago, Senate President, you'll be reminded that I was a lowly Reckin Parks employee getting yelled at by Mr. Middleton and some others about this facility and the need for it to come. As back then, the only community liaison that Reckin Parks had. Now they have, like, Reggie, you have a team like of 4 or 5 folks that do that work now? Three? And they get paid a lot more than I did when I did it. I'll just say that. But I can't tell you all how excited I am to be here today as we open to Baltimore, to Cherry Hill, really to the world, the new Middle Branch Fitness and Wellness Center. Back in February, we stood in Curtis Bay talking about our $120 million vision for 21st century recreational opportunities for all Baltimoreans. And today, we are taking a huge step, a $23 million collaborative step in showcasing what that vision means in reality. This is the results of so many people working together that the Senate President has already mentioned. But I have to take time to if there's one other person in the history of Baltimore city government that breathed Reckin Parks the way that I do, it will be my predecessor, Mayor Jack Young. So we have to give him a round of applause. The mayor and I may have disagreed on a lot, but never about recreation and parks, not one time, because we know both as children of recreation and parks what they meant to us and to our families. But when you think about this $23 million facility and what it is a shining example of, it is of what is possible when we invest in the potential of our communities, especially, Mr. President or Mr. Presidents, since both of you are behind me, in areas like Cherry Hill, where for far too long, Mr. President, as you know, having represented this neighborhood, you heard when you were running that they felt ignored, that they were invisible, that South Baltimore did not exist when it comes to its city elected officials. This building, in addition to what's happening at Middle Branch, in addition to the 2 schools, and in addition to all the work that has happened here, showcase that those days are long behind us and that we see Cherry Hill. We invest in Cherry Hill, and we believe that South Baltimore can be the best version of itself, and we're going to do everything within our power to make sure that that happens. But when you come into a facility like this that has 3 pools, a community room, fitness studios, an indoor gymnasium with a basketball court for folks like me, a maker space, an indoor walking track, or if you're a runner like me, an indoor sprinting track, outdoor basketball courts that are going up as we speak, in addition to fields and things that are coming on down the line. Anyone, no matter where they live, can see that there is a new day in recreation and parks in Baltimore City. We will be lucky, no matter what zip code in this country you live in, to have a facility like this that we have right here in Cherry Hill. We are showing all of our residents, not just our young people, everyone, that we want them to be the best version of themselves. This isn't about fixing one rec center or making something that should have never been called a rec center look better. This is about building spaces that our communities deserve. This is now the model. We are setting the bar high for ourselves. This facility has now taken over the golden standard or the platinum standard bar from the Cahill Center in West Baltimore. But this would not have been possible without all of you. So thank you to the community. Thank you to Recreation and Parks. Thank you to all of our elected officials, past, current, and even those that are going to come in the future to help us further this vision. Because we know when we work together in Baltimore, despite what anybody says about us, this is what we can accomplish. We can accomplish greatness together. We can break through ceilings like our comptroller broke through last night together. We can change this state together. And any community in Baltimore, I want you to hear me and hear me very clearly. This commitment to investing in recreation and parks is only just beginning. Expect to see more and more, not just in the way of rec centers, but renovated pools, right? And we have 5 recreation center projects in design right now. I think it's 4 new and 1 renovation. Reggie, am I correct about that? Oh, all brand new, no renovations. 5 new rec centers in design right now across the city of Baltimore. Parks and playgrounds and basketball courts and tennis courts and pickleball courts. Reggie says I have to say that now too. That will be renovated throughout Baltimore. This is a new day. This department, because of its connection to the community, because of what it provides for our families for the price of free $99. So you no longer have to go to Planet Fitness. You can come down the Middle Branch for free $99 in the morning and work out before you come to work. This is what we're going to provide for our communities as long as there's breath in my body and the residents of Baltimore will have me in elected office. So thank you very much for being here. I can't wait to get inside. Reggie doesn't believe it, but I'm hitting a 3-pointer before I leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And next, we'll love to hear from our Council President, Council President Mosby.
Good morning, everyone. I had a chance of walking through this amazing center about 2 weeks ago with our mayor, Senate President, as well as Councilwoman. And I'm going to let you guys know, if you haven't seen it yet, you're going to be in awe. It's an absolutely amazing facility. It's a facility that was the vision of folks like Jack Young. Give it up for Jack. The persistent leadership of individuals like our mayor, Brandon Scott, and the dedication of a community and its leaders like Brother Middleton. Give it up for Brother Middleton. Mr. Mayor, when I walked in this center, this wasn't Leaf Walk or Northwood or DeWeese or Carter G. Woodson, all rec centers that I grew up in. But this was a space when I know whether a child is 5 years old or 15, whether an adult is 25 or 65, that they understand and know that their city's investing in them. See, we're going to get excited about the facilities. We're going to be at awe of the bricks and the mortar. We can't wait to jump in the pool. But this is more than an investment in material. This is an investment in community. But more importantly, this is an investment in our young folks. See, when they walk in this facility, and we act as if we don't understand and we kind of gloss over things, but when young folks in this community and all throughout the city of Baltimore walk into this facility, they know that their city cares about them. That is not a small thought to just put out there, but that is a thought that needs to be in the DNA of every single one of us, from our community leaders, from our business folks, all the way to City Hall. And that's what we have here today, the trifecta. Another thing that really gets me excited is the leadership of Director Moore, as well as the leadership of the rec director in Brother Blackwell. See, clap it up for him. See, now there's one thing about building an amazing facility, but as Mayor Scott will understand, there's another thing about maintaining that and operating that facility. And I have nothing but the utmost respect and trust that that's exactly what's going to occur here today. Again, this is an investment in the entire city. This is telling our young folks that they can literally be whatever they want to become. The things that we pour into their heads, the dreams that we tell them to dream about, when we invest in them, they know that it can be a reality. And this is just a start. So again, thank you to your vision, Mayor Young. Thank you to your leadership, Brother Moore, and thank you to the community folks that I know will continue to ensure that we continue to build on, not just here in Cherry Hill, but throughout the city of Baltimore. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President Mosby. And next, we will hear from the voice of the community, the councilwoman of this district, Councilwoman Porter.
Good morning, Cherry Hill. Come on now. Good morning, Cherry Hill. Good morning. Yes. I stand before you today in simply awe. When I came into this position 2 years ago, I would have conversations with Pastor Hannah. I would have conversations with Michael Battle. I would have conversations with Mayor Mike Middleton. I would have conversations with Ms. Peggy Jackson Job about how I wanted to redefine the narrative in South Baltimore. It has been an awesome opportunity and an honor of my life to see vision moving into action. This rec center today, again, we say 11 years in the making. I was only here for the last 2 years, but it was my promise and my dedication to make this happen. Not only to make this happen for my community now, but to make this happen for generations to come. Generations to come that will not only see this rec center and see what is to come for their lives, but also to see what action, true community action, leveraging your local elected officials, leveraging your state elected officials, leveraging your federal elected officials to make your communities better. And so I congratulate you all today, not only just from my heart, but from my spirit, the fervor of my team that not only invest in me and keep me focused every single day in order to make these things happen for our community, but to ensure me that it is only the beginning of changing the narrative of South Baltimore, changing the narrative for my people, changing the narrative for my city. And so I thank you again, Mayor Scott, Director Moore, Mr. Presidents. I thank you for investing in this rec center and investing not only in the people of Cherry Hill, but the people of Curtis Bay, the people of Lakeland, the people of Mount Winans. We are all one community down here in South Baltimore. And again, this is only the beginning, and most people that know me and they know my fervor and they know my dedication, bank on it. We are changing the narrative of South Baltimore, and we are making a difference for our city. Thank you all so much.
This next individual I'm bringing up, I just got to start by just really talking about him a little bit. When I came here 5 years ago and I had all these start touring sites and we had all these visions of how we want to move things and the vision of Rec and Parks, and we created our strategic rec plan on the leadership of our Chief of Staff, Smith. One of the things we talked about was our spaces. We have to change how we handle and look at our spaces. So the individual that I dump all these things, the one that I talk a lot to, is Adam Borman. So Adam is going to come up and speak, and he's our Chief of Capital and Planning. But these things doesn't happen without the leadership of Adam and what his team is doing in Capital. And I want to just say that over the last 3 years, the amount of money that we now have on the streets in Capital is unbelievable. The number of projects that we as Recreation is moving from not just rec centers, playgrounds, swimming pools. So I'm not going to steal his speech because I don't know what's in his speech. So I'm now going to invite Adam Borman to come up and speak, please.
Good afternoon. I'm not sure if I'm charismatic enough for this, but I'm going to give it a shot. So I'd like to start with a short reenactment of a conversation that Director Moore and I had back in fall of 2017. Kind of goes like this. Congratulations, Adam, on your recent promotion to Chief. For your first task, I'd like you to explore building a new recreation center and site improvements at Reedbird Park. Oh, and by the way, it's a former landfill, and it's located in a resource conservation area. It won't be easy. Well, Director Moore, I'm really in no position to refuse your first directive, and I also think it's a pretty good idea, so let's do it. 5 years and a few gray hairs later, here we are. This project is a true testament to Director Moore's vision, my team's capabilities, and our team's potential, our city's potential, when we work closely with the community, our partners, and regulating authorities. Together, we can do great things, like this. Leading this effort was an outstanding consultant team led by GWW Architects, along with MK Engineering and Flora Teeter Landscape Architects. We also had crucial environmental oversight from GTA Engineering, all Baltimore-based firms. At the state level, we are very fortunate to work with staff from MDE's Land Restoration Program and the Critical Area Commission who saw our vision and bought into it. I really appreciate the support they provide as we charted unfamiliar waters working on a landfill and in the resource conservation area. This park and rec center are truly the best use of this site, and we couldn't have done it without you. From my office, I can't say enough about our team. This was a huge effort, and we got it done. Our construction management team, led by Terrell Holden, along with Muhammad Mian, Patrick Griffin, Mojid Oluwajayi, Alif Pathridge, and Charlotte Cofield. They put blood, sweat, and tears into this one. A job well done. On the design side, Larissa Torres and Lance Decker have been integral throughout the design and construction, while Benita Randolph and her team handled the contract administration. Thank you all. On the home front, I'd like to recognize my wife, though my last 5 years in this role have been a challenge. Her unwavering love and support have guided me through my career growth and helped me to become the man I am today. Lastly, I want to make the point that we are not done here. In fact, we'll be holding a community meeting on December 6th to confirm decisions from the master plan and continue moving forward with design of Phase 2 site improvements. That will include a playground, walking loop, field house, and much, much more. I hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Wow, that's, man, how you come back from that? Okay. Great job, Adam. Emily, thank you for being here. I didn't see you. Thank you. One other person I want to recognize that's here is Chris London from our MBU office. We deal with Chris a lot, so thank you for being here as well, Chris. So building the project, $23 million, of course, it comes from many different sources, state, city, but also having partners like South Baltimore Gateway Partnership and being able to reach out and say, hey, we have a funding gap here. And them saying, oh, no problem, we'll support it, right? That's the way I'm going to take it. They just say, oh, no problem, we'll fund it, right? So here on behalf of South Baltimore Gateway Partnership, we have Geoff Washington.
Good afternoon. I wanted to begin by acknowledging our honored guests and partners on this incredible project who are here with us this afternoon. So thank you and welcome to Senate President Ferguson, Mayor Brandon Scott, Council President Nick Mosby, Councilwoman Felicia Porter, BCRP Director Moore, Cherry Hill Community Coalition Chair Peggy Jackson Job, Kate Skurlock of GWWO Architects, and BCRP Chief of Capital Development Adam Borman, who I have the unfortunate pleasure of following up here before you. I'd also like to acknowledge an unfortunate absence today. Brad Rogers, our Executive Director, is ill today and cannot be here. Brad's tireless and some might say relentless energy has been essential to move this project forward. I'm sorry that he cannot be here to celebrate this accomplishment with us. But moving along, I am Jeffrey Washington. I'm chairman of the board for the South Baltimore Gateway Partnership. For those unfamiliar with us, the partnership is an economic development authority funded by casino revenue. It's amazing to stand here with all of you thinking about how only a year ago we were here celebrating the completion of the turf field component of this project in partnership with the Cal Ripken Senior Foundation and Baltimore City's Department of Rec and Parks. Though this building was an active construction site at the time, we couldn't help but be excited for what we knew was to come with the completion of this project. As you've heard, this project has been several years in the making, and I'm honored to be here representing South Baltimore Gateway Partnership, along with our partners, neighbors, elected officials, in celebrating this accomplishment. This project represents the partnership's first transformational investment in our South Baltimore community, and it's evidence of what is possible through collaboration with committed partners. From the beginning, we were excited to participate in bringing this world-class facility into reality. And believe me when I say, when you see this project inside, it truly is a world-class facility. The opportunity came to us to partner, when this opportunity came to us to partner with Director Moore and his crew at Rec and Parks, we were delighted. Not only does the Middle Branch Fitness and Wellness Center encompass all of the partnership's strategic goals, it also supports our promised commitment to the neighborhoods surrounding Baltimore's Horseshoe Casino. We had 3 demands with this project when this project arose for us. It must be transformational, must be a next generation recreational center. And you'll see that it is that. It must have amenities and activities to ensure that our residents are constantly drawn to it, and it must be a resource accessible to all of our residents in a high-profile location. I think you can readily see that we succeeded on all scores in that. Having world-class amenities available and designed for everyone wasn't always a possibility in every neighborhood. And today we are seeing change take place. It took a lot of partnership, advocacy, and persistence to get to this point. There was some troubleshooting and some redirection along the way, and I'm sure Director Moore can reminisce about the fun we've had about all the different planning meetings we've had associated with this project. But together we were able to come together to overcome those obstacles and get across the finish line. This is not only a shining example of what happens with collaboration, it shows the determination in fulfilling a long-standing promise to the community of Cherry Hill and our South Baltimore communities. Community members can now swim year-round in several indoor pools, play basketball, enjoy the indoor track and fitness center, and engage with each other in the many multi-purpose rooms, as well as enjoy the makerspace. This is not only what our communities need, it's what they deserve. It is incredible that this state-of-the-art facility that we see here today is on the site of a former incinerator and landfill. It demonstrates what we can do together to move towards correcting injustices of the past, both for our communities and environments. This center is an integral part of the larger transformation of this area through the Reimagined Middle Branch, a community-driven initiative to connect South Baltimore neighborhoods to their shorelines through an 11-mile system of parks, trails, restored landscapes, and public amenities. We're excited to see what has been envisioned start to come to life. And we welcome everyone to learn more about the project's next step by looking at some of the informational boards inside and the maps inside the classroom. As a resident of South Baltimore, I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what's in store and seeing all of you here when I come to enjoy this recreational center with my family. I thank you for the opportunity to be a part of this monumental accomplishment for the City of Baltimore. Thank you.
So when you have visions, you go and hire a consultant. The consultant creates that conceptual plan for you. Then they create you some conceptual designs. Then you bid the project. I just want to acknowledge at the end, that plan is given to a firm, and that firm has to build this to make this a reality. So I just want to acknowledge White and Turner that's here. Thank you for your construction of this work. So the next individual I will bring up is Kate Spurlock. She's representing GWWO, who was the design firm for this project. Kate.
Thank you, Director Moore. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Kate. I'm Kate Spurlock with GWW Architects. It's a pleasure to be here today celebrating the opening of Middle Branch Fitness and Wellness Center in Cherry Hill. I want to start by thanking Director Moore, Adam Borman, and the entire BCRP staff. It's because of your leadership and vision that we're here celebrating today. This project, as we've heard across all the speeches this afternoon, hasn't been a simple one. There were many roadblocks and obstacles along the way, but Rec and Park's commitment and dedication led to the successful completion of this state-of-the-art fitness and wellness center and the incredible transformation of Reed Bird Park. I recall standing here about 5 years ago when we began collaborating with BCRP about that very goal of transforming the park, dreaming about the potential that this brownfield site had. I'm excited. I was excited then, but I'm even more excited now to see a major piece of that vision complete behind us. GWWO is grateful for the opportunity to serve as a trusted partner of Rec and Parks for over 15 years, and we're dedicated to providing Baltimore City Rec and Parks, the city, and its communities safe, modern facilities accessible to all ages and abilities. The building behind us was designed to engage the park, to embrace the request for an indoor walking track, and to celebrate the community of Cherry Hill. The heart of the building is that central space that you'll all get to experience in a few minutes. It's a space for gathering, a space for recreation, a space for learning, and most importantly, a space for community. We can't wait to see that heart beating when it's filled with the people of Cherry Hill and the Middle Branch region. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kate. Well, at this time, we got to hear from the voice of the Cherry Hill community, the leader of the Cherry Hill community. And I think I didn't even have to call her name and she started coming to the stage, right? So I don't think she needs many introductions, but please help me in welcoming to the speak, Ms. Peggy Jackson Job.
Good afternoon, Cherry Hill. Come on now. Good afternoon, Cherry Hill. This is so exciting. I can't tell you. I was standing over there, and then I sat here, and where's the former Mayor Jack? He got so full that he was crying, and tears were coming out of his eyes, and I got full as well, because this is exciting. As I sat there and I listened to all the eloquent speakers that came before me, I heard words like $23 million. I heard words like, oh, this is exciting. This is a first. I heard words like, this is something that our kids and our citizenry not only need or want, but they deserve. And we deserve excellence. This is excellence here. This is the beacon or the shining star on the hill, but Mr. Borman, I have to tell you, this is one of many, because Mr. Moore, Director Moore, and others from the community are going to still be in your ear, because we're dreaming big dreams. We want only the best for our community, and we're getting it. This is just the start. The Bible says that a people without a vision will what? Will surely perish. That's right. We're not going to perish. We're here to stay. And so I'm going to say to you, as Elizabeth Taylor said to her 9 husbands, I'm not going to be with you long. But I want you to know 2 words. I'm going to add 2 words to that list. And those 2 words are thank you. On behalf of Cherry Hill, thank you.
Wow. Man, this is a task. Adam, and then now it's so it comes to the conclusion. It's for me to just to share a few words, and a lot of things have already been shared, but I just want to take this time to thank some individuals, because this was not an easy task. This was extremely hard from a standpoint of convincing the community too that this was the better location for us. And so I want to thank the elected officials at that point in time. My first meeting with Senator Ferguson was in Annapolis, was to talk about this project. And from there we went to the community. And Mr. Middleton, Mayor Middleton, thank you. But if you recall, we had to come 3 times and really convince the community. And you finally said, hey, y'all, they've been committed to everything we've asked. It's time that we stop talking and let them build this project. So thank you, sir, for your leadership. It means a lot to our agency, and it means a lot to this community. So thank you. Adam, I've said a lot about, but Adam is a phenomenal leader. I will be honest. I do have big dreams, and we even have more to do. But we're gonna stop today because my chief of staff always tells me sometimes we gotta stop and just cherish the moment, right? So today I'm stopping and I'm cherishing the moment, chief of staff. I listen to you, right? Just cherishing the fact that what we're about to do in this community is nothing less than excellence. Great word. So I'm not going to continue to talk. It's just so much I can talk about. I'm just so excited. I can be just like the former mayor, full just of excitement because I know the abilities and the capabilities of our team. And I just have to acknowledge that the current leadership of elected officials is believing in our vision, and they're giving us money. Mayor Scott, his commitment to ARPA, the support from our council president, the support from our Senate president. And we're going to continue to ask for more money, I promise you. But we have to deliver. So as the mayor stated, there's 5 rec centers that's in design right now. I don't want to list them because I don't want to miss one. But not only we focus on rec centers, we have play spaces. We got to continue to make sure these 120 plus playgrounds that we pay attention to them. Or if you was here, if some of you made a visit in May when we opened the $10 million Druid Hill Aquatic Center. But it just doesn't stop there. There's 2 other pools that's out for bid right now that we want to move on the renovation. So as you can say, when I say there's a lot of projects, a lot is happening in Baltimore, there truly is. And I want to acknowledge again, I mentioned him earlier, but me and Pastor Lance have made a commitment of building a strong partnership. Parks and People, Rec and Parks. And making sure that there's things that we can pass on to Parks and People, and they're going to do those projects, but it's about partnerships and relationships. And the relationship that I built with Brad Rogers, and I hate he can't be here to be a part of this, but that's what it's all about. And that's part of our focus of our Rec 2025 plan. So I'm going to close with one of the great men of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, Dr. Martin Luther King, and he says it really simple. He says that if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. And if you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you keep moving forward. So that's what we're going to do. Baltimore City, Baltimore, the Baltimore community, we're going to continue to move forward. So thank you. And at this point in time, I'm not going to delay it any longer. We're going to cut some ribbons so we can get in this building. So at this time, Comptroller Henry, can you join us in the ribbon cutting? Mr. Middleton, can you also join us? And all the speakers, if you would join us for the first ribbon cutting. There will be a series of 3 ribbon cuttings.